Good morning, everybody. My speech topic is early Oman and China relation studies. Okay. In recent year, I have commissioned to conduct a study on the history of relationship between Oman and China, and discovered some things that the two countries had exchanged and development relations in the early days till the Guanyin's mission. Guanyin's mission to the Roman Empire in first century AD. I will talk about this here today. Please criticize. And chapter first. Oman is the harbor of the ancient Silk Road. One, the ancient tradition sea traffic is mainly offshore route. The chapter 27 to 57 of the Periplus Maris Illusory in the first century AD. This book described the import and the exports of the port. Just this port in the order from Aden here, and I see Kone, Hadanamo, and Oman, Persian Gulf, Bab Lagoon. Today's Karachi and Parigata to Muziris and Nekunda here. And in the southwest corner of India. And finally, it says in this book, the whole coastal route just described from Kane and Udam Arabia, that is the Aden. Men formerly used to sail over the smaller vessels, following the curves of the base. This base, the ship captain Hippolytus, by plotting the location of the ports of trade and the configuration of the sea, was the first to discover the route over open water. That's this route. And later, at the end of the 8th century, Jia, who was the prime minister of Empire Dezong of Tang Dynasty, in his book, The Explorers Night Science in All Directions, record the route from Guangzhou to overseas, from here, Guangzhou, to overseas, this route, to overseas, in which has the western route of the Indian Ocean. You can find this route here and here, and the several sailing route by which Zheng He went to the western Indian Ocean in the early 5th centuries. You can find here. It all evidence the offshore route described by the book of the Periplus Maris Illusory has been the main route for communication around the Asian Indian Ocean. On such a east and west traffic route, Oman is must pass through. Two, before Guanyin's mission to the Roman Empire, invoice of the Han Dynasty made the fastest only to the east of Pastria, Sistan, here, just here. And the recorder of the Roman Empire in the history of later Han Dynasty said, the history of Han Dynasty recorded from the Charix is here. Westward for more than 20 days, more than 200 days, is near to the place of sunset, which is different to this book. The invoice of former Han Dynasty is from Sistan. Sistan is in the Afghanistan today. Is Sistan to return. There is no one of Charix. The history of later Han Dynasty, so-called previous life, is the Western Han Dynasty from 202nd CA to 8th AD era. The information of the history of later Han Dynasty should be mainly from the Eastern Han Dynasty, because Gan Yin, he is the person invoice of the Eastern Han Dynasty, went to the Charix, the west of Persia, to make his mission to the Roman Empire, so he could correct some rumor mistake with his own experience. After Zhang Qian found the route through the Central Asia, Ostrich Aegis, and the magician of Alexander city, today's Egypt, which was tribute from Fergana or Sistan just here, to the Han Dynasty, can only be from the Oman, where the Indus Valley, from here to by this way, the Ostrich knife in here, South Sahara, and its northwestern Indo-Scythian dynasty about the end of the 2nd century BC to the middle of the 1st century AD. In addition, zoological studies have shown that common ostriches are mainly distributed to the dry areas south of the Sahara Desert in Africa. Second chapter, early exchange between Oman and China. I find this things. Oman's specialties that have been passed to China, first frankincense, coral, hawksbill, and pears, etc. The frankincense is mainly a kind of incense, so is also called the scent from smoke stove in the traditional Chinese literature. Oman frankincense was likely to have spread to China in the 5th century BC, which gave birth to the famous Baoshan furnace, especially for incense in China. This stove, in history, main special product named after the Anxi. Anxi means Arsacid dynasty in Persian history, such as the Arsacid bird, that is the ostrich, were not local products of the Persians, indeed, but were transported from Oman. In that time, it was a vassal of the Arsacid dynasty, Oman. Or even the special products of Oman own, such as the frankincense here. Therefore, it's certainly that the Asashis incense, 安息香 Asashis incense, recorded in ancient literature is actually Oman's frankincense. And the cases of coral and hawksbill are similar as frankincense. I have no time to explain this. You can find this map. And two, foreign affairs from China, from Oman to China. Ostrich eggs and the magazine of Alexander City, Egypt. Glass, you know. Peridot or emerald, styrax, amber, and so on. For example, Fuba is the giraffe, and here, Persian brocade fabricas. This is Persian brocade found Turfan, found Khotan, found Tibet recently, found, Qinghai, Kokonor. And this silk product come from Persian, maybe Charik's through Oman to Karachi, and by the way, Indus Valley. Okay. Third chapter, Gan Yin's missions to the Roman Empire and Oman sent the invoice from diplomatic relation with China. Preface to the biography of western region of the book of the later Han Dynasty says, Han He Emperor, Yongyuan 9 years, that means 97 AD. Ban Chao dispatched his aide, Gan Yin, visited the West Sea and returned, where the nobody arrival in the past and was not right in the mountain and the sea sutra. It's everything now are known, and so the far country, Mengqi, and Dole, all came. These countries all came to obey and send invoice, come to contribute. The chronicle of Shang Emperor in the book of later Han Dynasty, Yongyuan, 12 years, 100 AD. In winter, November, the western region, Mengqi, Dole, the two countries, sent the invoice to attach in wood, so to give the kings golden seals and purple ribbons. About the Mengqi and the Dole is the books of the later Han Dynasty that refer to the ancient country of Oman. First one, Mengqi is the ancient Persian Oman country name Makkah. Two, Dole is a transliteration of Dhofar. It may transcribe the Dhofar. I can pronounce the Asian Dhofar. Dole, Dhofar. And you can find that. The chapter 32nd, chapter 32nd of the Periplus Maris Eresis said, after Siagor's law, the Ras Fratic on the east side of the Hadramaut province of Yemen, its immediately a bay intended deeply into the coast of Oman. That is Oman's beginning. That's her. From here. This is Ras Fatak. In the coast of Oman. 600 states across the mouth after its high mountains, rocky and sheer, where men live in caves from another 500 states. And after this, I designed the harbor for loading the satellite frankincense called Mosalle. What means Mosalle? Mosa's harbor. That means it now is a port, Horlori, 40 kilometers east of the Sarala in the Oman Lovar area. Following, it was until the chapter 36, Oman port. There is an Oman port here. You can find her. Omanna. Now, Iran's Chakbahar port. All belong to the same Oman region. Okay. In short, the ancient countries of Oman, Menqi, Dole, Oman's countries, sent envoys to China and established formal diplomatic relations. It's a landmark even in the history of the relation between Oman and China. The establishment of formal diplomatic relations between the two sides is the result of the various forms of exchanges and communication between the two countries and the long-term historical development. It greatly facilitates the development of changes and communication between Oman, even Arab country and the region and China, on which the academic community should much write about, and the international community should greatly praise this. However, this major event has long been submerged in the long river of history. The truth has not been revealed, and its value has not been recognized and promoted. It can be said that it is a big back of international academia. In the history of the study of the Silk Road in 1877, the German scholar Li Schühofen officially proposed the name, very, very famous name, the Silk Road, this name, which is meant to refer to the silk trade and the transportation route between China and the Central Asia from the end of the 3rd century BC till the 7th century AD. After it, for 30 years to 1910s, another German scholar, Albert Hermann, extended Li Schühofen's Silk Road, which would to have been from China to Central Asia to Syria, westward. The reason is that Syria is located on the main trafficking road of Chinese raw silk. Although he also knows that Syria has not established any direct relationship with China, the great empire of the East. As our research reveals, the frankincense of the specialty of Oman has spread to China as early as the 5th century BC, and give birth to the famous Boshan Forest, the Oman to Daibul. Daibul is today's Karachi. Oman Daibul route is the most variety of Chinese silk products. Oman itself is the transportation harbor of the ancient Silk Road. It is a land and the sea network. More importantly, Oman directly sent envoys to China to establish the formal diplomatic relations in the 1st century AD. However, Oman's important position on the Silk Road has rarely been mentioned. Oman's important role in the exchanges between the East and the West in the ancient world is rarely recognized. And even many people still do not know the Silk Road that was opened by Zhang Qian, named by Richthofen, was first from hinterland Asia to the South Asia, not to the to Syria. Then by sea road passed through Oman to the Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea, instead of directly reach the Mediterranean Sea from Central Asia. Today, this wrong impression should be corrected. Oman's position and route in the history of Silk Road should be completely restored, affirmed, and recommended and promoted. The academia community should shoulder this responsibility, reverse the reversed history. Sorry, thank you.
يعني هناك اختلاف كبير جدا بين الصين واليابان، لأن ليس هناك العلاقات بين عمان واليابان مباشرة، ولكن فعلا في الصين هناك العلاقات وثيقة جدا المباشرة بين الصين والعماني. فيعني بعد دراسة البروفيسور وانغ هذه المعلومات بالدقة، وخاصة بعد البحث عن المعلومات من الوثائق الصينية القديمة مخطوطات الصينية، فهم سيجدوا هناك المعلومات الجديدة. لأن ليشيهوف وهو الفرنسي هو يقول إن تاريخ الحرير يبدأ في القرن بعد الميلادي. فعلا إن العلاقات بين الصين وعماني قد يعني عمانيون وأيضا بضايع العمانية قد وصلت إلى الصين قبل هذا، يعني قبل القرن الخامس قبل الميلاد. هذا هو كل هذه المعلومات موجودة في وثائق الصينية. فلهذا السبب نحن نريد أن نكلف الدكتور بروفيسور وانغ وسيكمل هذا البحث أيضا. وهناك بعض الأخطاء كثيرة جدا، لأن دائما يقول غدا التاريخ والحرير يبدأ من آسيا الوسطى ثم إلى الصين مباشرة. فعلا هذا خطأ 100%، لأن ليس هناك علاقة بين الصين وسوريا مباشرة حتى الآن، لأن كان هناك كل البضائع وصلت من الكشمير ثم يصل إلى عمان أولا، ثم من عمان إلى البحر الأبيض المتوسط، ثم إلى أوروبا إلى هكذا. وكل هذه المعلومات وجدت موجودة في الوثائق الصينية. وأيضا كانت في وثيقة صينية اسمه هل هناك مكة مثلا، هناك دوفار موجودة هذه الاسم، مع أنه هناك نطق مختلف. فعلا هذه هي المدن موجودة في الوثائق الصينية. والآن يعني الدكتور البروفيسور وانغ هو سيؤلف كتاب يعني هو عمان في وثائق الصينية القديمة. نحن نريد أن نرجو من البروفيسور وانغ سينهي هذه المعلومات، وأيضا نحن سنترجم الكتاب إلى العربية أو الإنجليزية لكي نصحح كل هذه المعلومات الخطأ الموجودة في العالم، لكي نحن سنعرف ما هو تاريخ الحرير الحقيقي في التاريخ العالمي. وشكرا.